Hello. Before we start, I just wanted to say that this game is running two balance mods that are standard in games of Dominions played over at Something Awful. The first is the JBBM balance mod, that is a general balance mod that makes a large number of tweaks and changes to the game. And the second is SPILT, which is a balance mod that specifically changes how immortality works in Dominions. Also, this is played in version 5.35 of Dominions 5, if that's important to you, I don't know. The map for the game was created using a program called Cartographic Revision, and the links for all of these things can be found below the video in the description. I'm very rusty, so you can expect this to be a bit rough for the first few turns, and then for most of the following turns. But thanks for watching. Hello. Welcome to turn 1 in CODs. I'm Mew, and I'm playing Ashdod. Been a long time since I played this game. Here are the messages that you get when you start a game. And here's the game. So I just joined this game. I have not played Dominions in... I don't know. I guess you can check whenever the last video was that I uploaded. That's when I last played Dominions. I think it was over a year ago. And I think I've played one game of Dominions... 4? This is 4, right? I don't actually know. Wait, is it Dominions 5? I can't remember. Guys, I don't know. That's how long it's been since I played this game. I don't even remember what game it is, okay? But I joined a game. I'm Ashdod, Giant Nation. Turn 1, I remember, is pretty straightforward. You just declare a prophet, pretty much. My god is dormant, so to continue the naming gimmick. How do I rename guys again? God, it has been a while. I can't even see it. Yeah, that works. This guy can become my prophet. So the giants for Asphodel are all gluttonous. I think they're all fire resistant as well. This guy's size 4, got good gear, he's a giant, not much to say. And my starting army is these guys, Edomites. These are my only unit that have a ranged weapon that isn't the big 40 gold bow man, I think. Javelins. And we've got these guys with the spears. Turn 1 recruitment. So usually when I do videos, I just talk about commanders as I recruit them. I think I'm going to continue that theme. This turn I'm going to recruit some of my sacreds. My god does have a bless. It's not much of a bless at the moment because 2 of the bonuses require my god to be awake, and he's not currently awake. Asphodel has 2 sacred troops that they can recruit, which is these 2 guys. This is the cheaper of the 2, which is why I'm going for them. They have slightly worse gear, I think. This goes prot 15, goes prot 19, yeah. And this one also goes berserk, which is fine, I don't mind that. So we'll have a couple of big size 5, 50 hit point berserking sacred giants, which is pretty cool. The big problem with these guys is that they're very, very difficult to recruit in large numbers because they cost 130 gold and 53 resources and 46 recruitment points. So we can get 2 of these to start with. Because I also want a mage. I think in my test games I was getting an Emite on the first turn. Maybe not. I think I'd like to have something that has earth on turn 1. And it seems like I have better odds of getting earth on this guy, but I can't afford that guy. So we have to get the Emite on turn 1. So this nation mostly has access to these paths. In fact, I think it exclusively has access to these paths. They have a couple of mages who are very, very good researchers, including the Rephaite Sage. This guy is not a very good researcher, but he is a fortune teller, and I have misfortune scales, and more importantly, he's very cheap. So we're going to get one of those on turn 1 and hope that he has earth, because I would like to forge a breastplate on turn 2 if possible. I've named my prophet, I'm declaring my prophet, my scout is going to... Where are we going to go? We have a cave next to us. We have 2 plains, a forest and a wasteland. This looks like it's separated by a river, so I don't think I can move over that just yet. But this is also separated by a river, and I can, so I guess because this has got my dominion, and I've got heat dominion. So let's get my scout across this river quickly, so that we can be over this river, I guess. I'd like to see this farmland. Could also move towards this throne and check that out. This is a lot of bad terrain next to me, just forest, swamp, wasteland, cave. Not good for income, but good for... these are good for resources, I guess. Let's try and see what that farmland's like. Actually, can I go straight there? That would be really useful. No. This is outside my dominion, so I'm sure it'll be fine. My dominion's not going to spread all the way here in one turn. So we'll try to scout towards there. In terms of my position on the map, so that's where it loops. Yeah, so there's that farmland. This is quite a big map. I suppose it's normal size for 12 players. You've got 3 thrones within swinging distance of us. Maybe not this one, that's a bit far, but yeah. I don't think there's anything else to do. Turn 1's always very brief. I've looked at nations, recruiting my stuff, declaring a profit. So I'll end it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on turn 2. Hello, welcome back. Turn 2. Just people declaring profits. We also have this message from Stiz. You can read that if you want to. Profits, we got loot boxes is the profit of surprise mechanics. The best game is Stalker is the profit of hot takes. The Mick clan, we've got chowing down on some sweet maize is the profit of Reed 1491. Valuable babysitter is the profit of actual cannibal. This is just looks like an unnamed profit. How shameful. Timmy wants a boa constrictor. It's the profit of Florida's #1 pet supply store. The movie Snatch is 19 years old. It's the profit of a big dumb pile of rocks. Bandar Log, another unnamed commander. There's me. And the Aristocrats. Profit of Gilbert Gottfried does Dominions. Okay, so nothing else really interesting this turn. There are mercenaries which I forgot to talk about last turn, but we're never going to be able to afford these anyway. Gold is going to be very tight for this opening. There's probably better ways of doing this, but the way I have been doing my opening and test games is just recruiting a couple of these sacreds each turn. So recruitment for units is the same as last turn. It's 2 Shishai Anakites. And this turn I'm also recruiting a Kohen, which is my priest. The way I'm going to be expanding is I'm going to have 1 priest who will be wearing a breastplate when I can forge them. And he's going to be leading an army of between 5 to 8 sacreds. And that will be an army. So it doesn't require much to get going. But it does mean expansion is kind of on a bit of a... it's like walking tightrope a bit, because if you accidentally hit a province that you can't do, or the commander gets picked off, it fucks you a bit. That's what we're trying to do anyway. So recruiting 2 giants and a priest. The mage that recruited this turn did not have earth, so I cannot forge the breastplate yet. There's probably other stuff I could forge. I haven't really looked. The problem I had with the priests as leaders in my test games was just that they got picked off by like arrows and stuff. And so it just helps if they've got a piece of armor. I'm going to hold out for earth though, since I have the most sort of earth gems. So in terms of movement, my expansion army has been given the 2 sacreds that I just recruited. They've just been stuffed into this army. They're bunched up at the front. Prophet's going to Divine Bless and then cast spells. Nothing really all that interesting. And the question then was like which province to attack first. Since we want to scout this farmland, I thought I might as well hit this province first so that we can move into it if it's good. We want to claim farmlands quickly before anybody else does. The downside of this is that if we move into this province and then this just looks unbeatable, there's nowhere we can really go except into the wasteland, which kind of sucks. Because we can't cross the river into any of these provinces from here. I think we can just permanently cross the river here because it looks like a paler blue. So I don't think this requires sort of coal or heat or anything like that. So this route is always open to us, and this is quite nice, so it leads to a lot of sort of plains. But let's try and get this farmland first with our starting army. And in 2 or 3 turns we can start going in these other directions with our Kohans and a couple of Sacreds. Research is going to look a bit like this. I might change this, but for now I just wanted to put down what my early targets are. Enchantment 1 is just to get animate skeleton, I think? No, reanimation, the ritual. So sometimes this spits out giant skeletons for Ashdod, which is kind of cool. And sometimes the giant skeletons are wearing armor and shields and stuff, which is very cool. So we'll pick that up very quickly at Death 1. Thaumaturgy 1 was just for Frighten, which is just a little fear spell. Might as well pick that up early. Construction 3 then is for Legions of Steel. I like this little extra bit of tip text that they put in some of the spells, it's quite good. But yeah, Legion of Steel gives you more armor on units that are already armored, which would be very nice for me. And then finally up to Alteration 4. There's quite a lot of nice stuff in Alteration. 4 specifically gives me Body Ethereal with Astral 1. Astral gets Body Ethereal and Luck and Cheap Fate and Personal and all the kind of the good level 1, good 1-star, 1 level of Astral buffs are in Alteration. And what's the other one? Fire, Death, Earth. Alright, whatever. So that's the that's basically what I'm doing for my early research targets. And then once I've got all these things, we'll see what we want to do next. So I'll end the turn there, and I'll see you very shortly. Hello, welcome back, turn 3. This is about 10 minutes after turn 2. Turn pretty quickly. So, the prophet of a huge fucking nerd is ETO Claws, the Mystic. Another unnamed commander, terrible. And of course, Battlecruiser 3000 AD is the prophet of Derek Smart. And we attacked Valgard. So I didn't expect to have any problems with early provinces. But just a few militia. You can see these guys have the javelin that they throw. There's quite a lot of damage, 16 damage. Then we have my Sacreds, who go berserk. Currently they have just the Blood Surge Bless, because my god is still dormant. But they will eventually have fire and shock resistance and regeneration, which is quite nice. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to speed this up a bit, it's a bit boring. Unfortunately what happens is that both of my Sacreds catch the majority of the troops and die. So we do take the province, but unfortunately the only 2 units that died were my 2 Sacreds. And I've never seen that happen before in a test game. They're usually like easily the only thing that survives. So this is kind of weird, because they're my best units by far. And now my starting army doesn't have them. Which is a bit awkward. We also got an unexpected event, which is province income -10. Which doesn't help, but it's not the worst thing in the world. First thing I'm going to note while I remember is that the Kohan that I recruited actually got a level of death. I didn't even mention that these guys got magic because it's so rare. It's a 10% chance of getting death. So the fact that the first priest that we recruited actually got that is kind of surprising. It is actually quite helpful as well, because the reason I want to forge a breastplate for this guy is because his protection really low. But since he has Death 1, and since we already have 1 level of alteration, he can cast Skeletal Body, and that'll help quite a lot. I'm still going to wait till I've got a breastplate on him, but that makes him even better. And that's it for messages. So we can see the farmland now as well. It is a heavy cavalry province, unfortunately, which makes me a bit worried about taking it, especially since I lost my best troops. I don't know, I'm back and forth about what I should do about taking this province. Because the other piece of new information that I learned is that I can actually move straight into that farmland from my cap. So it's not like I have to go now or it's going to be a big delay. I can just move straight there. Although in saying that, is that with, yeah, that's with these guys as well. So it's not a big deal leaving it unattacked for now, because it is very easy to get back to it. It's like a cap circle province. So for now I am just going to detour until I've got a bit. I figure I'll wait till I've got a couple of sacreds. I might even like, I might even reanimate a couple of skeletons quite early on. It costs 3 death gems, which, you know, I don't exactly have a lot of gems early on, but I do have enough to get out a couple of skeletons. So a few skeletons to catch a lance charge from the heavy cav, plus my sacreds, should be enough to take the province, I think. So we'll leave the farmland for now, and I'll just detour. I'll take this shitty wasteland. It's not the worst wasteland I've ever seen. It is 29 income, which is something. I think this is probably a safer bet, because it's only horse tribe. I think that's it for this turn, right? Recruitment, we're doing an Emite again. These guys, hopefully I get Earth. We still don't have enough gold to recruit the Raphaelite Sage, which is my primary researcher, and also has the best chance of getting Earth. The province we just took, we can recruit basic commanders. I'll recruit one of these guys when I have the gold for it. Can be on standby to construct my first fort somewhere. And the scout is going to continue in this direction. I want to see if there's anyone else near this farmland. Might be thinking about taking it. Okay. Ending turn. That's probably the end of this video as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Here's our nation overview. Okay, getting to grips with this stuff. Score graph. Yes, we can see the nations here. Even better than that though, we have pretenders. Okay. This doesn't show, it does show nation at the bottom. So playing against Archocephaly. God of Archocephaly is a huge fucking nerd. Scaleria, surprise mechanics. Hot takes, God of Ulm. Should be clicking these, shouldn't I? I know Arco. I think I've played Arco before. Scaleria, I don't know, are these guys like Ermor or not like Ermor? One or the other. Yeah, these guys, big armor, big weapons, earth magic, I remember. People of Ulm worship hot takes. Mictlan, the god of Mictlan is read 1491 by Charles Mann, cowards. Don't know what that means. Mictlan have no armor, right? Furs. There's some good sacreds. I remember these guys. Rider of the Clouds, King of Many Names, Fecund Breedbull. Okay. Nourisher of the Fields and the Great Son of Light. That sounds like Natured Fire, maybe? Who knows? Actual Cannibal, no idea how to pronounce that. But he's an actual cannibal. God of Tianqi. Gatherer of the Dead, sounds like a death god. God of Luck through hard work. Alright. Derek Smart, Derek Smart, Derek Smart. King of Heavenly Fires, a loyal master. Bringer of Abundance, that also sounds like nature. King of Heavenly Fires sounds like fire though. These guys get sacred spiders, right? Ooh. That guy looks cool. It looks like a ninja. I guess he kind of is. So that would be, I don't know, fire and nature? Last Mistake, God of Abyssia. I remember Abyssia. The Nation of Fire. Master of Ashes, Consuming Fire. Patron of Necromancers, okay. Fire and Death. We have Katis, or Stiz, or Cities, or Cathiz, or City. The god of whom is Florida's #1 pet supply store. Persecutor and Destroyer of Youth. That's such a good fucking title, holy shit. He's both persecutory and forgiving, which is, you know, mixed signals. Big Dumb Pile of Rocks, the god of Asphodel. I don't think I've ever played against Asphodel. But these guys are like Death Pan, right? Which sounds terrifying. Big Dumb Pile of Rocks, Father of Gods, King of Animals, Author and Finisher of Our Faith, Lord of the North Wind. No idea what any of that is. King of Animals sounds like nature, I guess. Lord of the North Wind sounds like air, I guess. Curious one. Master of the Apes. It's a good title for Bandar Log. Small Pretender Humiliation. God of Ashdod. That's me. So, Ashdod is a giant nation, but my pretender is a great sage. So I thought it was very funny, the idea that these big size 5 giants have to worship a little man. Hence the name. What did I get? Small Pretender Humiliation, Prince of the Spring, Eater of Children, God of Unnatural Lust. That's decent. All right, I'll take that. And did I click this one? Yeah. And Gilbert Gottfried does Dominions. Now there's a video. King of Volcanic Fire. Who's this? Xibalba. I saw these guys and I thought this was Atlantis for a second though. The Fate of the World. That's pretty good. Okay. So that's who's in this game. This is a middle-aged game. I'm Ashdod. I'll probably do an intro section so we don't have to say that. Let's do turn 1.